There was a morning recently where the frost had completely covered the fence out the back. The air was sharp, that crisp kind of cold where you can see your breath the second you step outside. But the sun was streaming through the trees, making everything look quiet and still. I stood there holding a hot cup of tea, just watching the steam rise. And I felt this deep sense of gratitude for how calm the world can be when we just pause to notice it. When I stepped back inside, I took a breath and looked around our living room. My son was pottering around on the rug, a couple of books were open on the floor, and the room was bathed in the soft morning light. It made me reflect on how far our home has come and how intentional we've been about keeping it a place that actually helps us rest. I think we hear a lot these days about how chaotic family life is supposed to be, how homes are naturally meant to feel like busy, high-traffic waiting rooms where we're constantly rushing from one task to the next. But standing there, I felt so thankful that our space doesn't have to feel that way. We get to choose a different pace. We've all experienced those spaces that feel like waiting rooms. Bright overhead lights, background chatter, the low-grade feeling of just waiting for the next thing on the schedule, a TV going on in the background. And for a long time, I assumed that was just the default setting for modern parenting. But over time, I've realised we don't have to bring that hurry inside our front door. I'm so grateful for the small things we've chosen not to have in our home anymore. We don't have constant background noise playing just to fill the quiet. We don't keep high glare lighting on into the evening. And we don't hold ourselves to the standard of keeping a picture-perfect showroom home, because that brings its own kind of noise. When we let go of the pressure to match the fast pace of the outside world, something really beautiful happens. The home becomes a filter. It becomes the place where everybody, us and our children, can drop our shoulders, breathe out, and just be. It's so not about having it all figured out or living in some flawless bubble. My bench top still gets messy, and there are still days where laundry sits in baskets. But the underlying energy of the space feels calm, feels safe, warm, and unhurried. And that's something we can actively cultivate, one tiny choice at a time. One of the sweetest things I've noticed as we've leaned into a lower stimulation home is how much softer our days feel together. Children are naturally so attuned to their environment. When the room feels peaceful, their play becomes deeper. They don't need fancy toys or packed schedules. They just need space to explore without feeling rushed. I've come to love our evening wind down rhythm so much. Around 5 p.m, as dusk settles outside, we flick off the main ceiling lights and switch on 2 warm floor-level lamps. It's such a simple, joyful shift. The whole room immediately feels wrapped up, like a cozy woolen jumper. There's no big announcement or strict rule, just a gentle visual cue that says, the day is done, and we can slow down now. Seeing our children naturally settle into that warmer, dimmer light is one of those micro moments of parenting that brings me so much joy. It reminds me that calm isn't something we have to work hard to construct. Often, it's just waiting for us to turn down the brightness. Another thing I'm so grateful for is learning the power of anchor points in our living space. Instead of worrying about keeping the whole house tidy, which honestly feels like a full-time job in itself, I've started noticing how much peace comes from keeping just one visual surface clear. For us, it's the dining table. Having that one clean, uncluttered wooden surface in the middle of the room acts like an anchor for my eyes. Even if there are wooden blocks piled in the corner or art supplies on the kitchen bench, that clear space in the centre sends a subtle message to my mind. There is room here. There is space to think. And the same goes for quiet. I used to think I needed music or a podcast playing while I made lunch or folded washing, but I've grown to treasure moments of true silence. Just the sound of the kettle heating up, birds outside, or bare feet padding across the floorboards. Silence doesn't feel empty to me anymore. It feels like a gift we give to our nervous systems. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's that your home doesn't need to be complete, organised, or perfect for it to feel like a sanctuary today. You don't need to buy anything new, clear out every cupboard, or overhaul your life to feel more peaceful. You're likely already doing so many wonderful things in your space that bring comfort to your family without even realizing it. It's just about noticing those good things and giving yourself permission to enjoy them. Maybe tonight it's choosing to leave the big lights off and lighting a candle. Maybe it's leaving the dishes in the sink for 30 minutes so you can sit on the mat and read a story in the fading light. Or maybe it's just stepping outside on a cold morning, holding a hot mug, and appreciating the quiet before the day begins. Our homes are allowed to be our safe landing pads. It gets to be a place that nourishes us, where we can unrush, slow down, and enjoy these fleeting days with our little ones. I hope this reflection leaves you feeling light, encouraged, and inspired to appreciate the quiet moments in your own home today. If you're looking for a gentle, low-pressure way to bring a little more predictability and ease into your week, I'd love to share my free guide with you, How to Create a Gentle Weekly Rhythm Without Strict Schedules. It's full of simple, flexible ideas to help your days flow smoothly without rigid timetables. You can find the link right below in the description box. Thank you so much for taking the time to pause and sit with us today. Go enjoy a quiet cup of tea, switch on a warm lamp, and I'll see you next week, friends. Bye for now.